Hey guys, happy Friday. Welcome to the last day of Love Week. So, our activities today are more about balloons than love, but the girls love balloons and they've done a lot of activities this week. So, they've been super engaged with balloons. So, we just turned it over to balloons today and we're going to get finished some of the other love and appreciation activities that we didn't get finished this week. So, I did want to show you how this turned out. So, the girls did a really good job. So, we just used painter's tape and put the painter's tape there, as you can see. Then we painted, then we pulled the painter's tape off, and as you can see, it looks really good. Really great job. The only thing left I think we're gonna do is, I have sparkles somewhere. Oh, right here. We're just gonna maybe outline it in sparkles, sparkle glue, or put sparkles on it a little bit. So we'll just see. But anyways, still have a few more little canvases, so I think we're gonna be doing a few more of this, like these this weekend, so that'll be fun. Okay, so let's get right into the balloon activities. So, how this kind of got sparked is the girls were playing, sort of playing with balloons and being really imaginative. And these are balloons that are in our basement probably for a month, and they were still there from Callie's birthday at the end of March. So over a month though. So, anyways, they got really into making, like, pulling their balloons, pretending they were pets. So this sort of started the whole thing. We actually kind of, Craig made them into pets. So that's Callie's duck and Maya's dog. So those are pretty cute. You can kind of make any characters you want, and he just added on some extra little accessories. So those are adorable. Okay, so some of the cool experiments that we have. So the first one involves, the first one is a simple one, and it involves seeing if you can put a skewer through a balloon. The girls were super interested to wonder whether they could put a skewer through the balloon. So we talked about what ways you could do it, and they had some different ideas. But ultimately, kids were pretty fascinated just to see that you want to do it as quick as you can, so you're not deflating the balloon too much, but you can put that right through. And then you can just see, it'll actually just stay like that. And it actually stayed, and then as soon as so that looks kind of cool. The girls thought that was pretty fun. Okay, the next activity has to do with air compression. So, I mean, depending on the age of your child, you can go in and talk about more like scientific stuff. Don't ask Craig how you can get the balloon in, because he will give you the scientific answer. The girls, though, were trying to squish the balloon in, couldn't really figure out a way to get the balloon in, so what you're going to do is just take a piece of paper. Obviously, I think it goes without saying that if you're going to be working with flames, you're going to want to supervise it. But you're just going to take a piece of paper and you're going to start it on fire and then put it in a mason jar or any sort of jar. Ironically, my jar actually says Corona jar on it, so that's kind of fitting. So you're just going to let this get going with the fire. Then you're going to put it in. Okay, still burning. Then you're just going to put this off and put the balloon in, and it's going to change the air pressure, and within just a few minutes, you can already see, or a few seconds, but it might take a few minutes to fully take effect. The balloon is slowly going in, and it'll continue to wedge itself because the air pressure has changed, and Craig went on to explain to the girls exactly what happened with the molecules and stuff, but regardless, it is pretty cool. As the air pressure changes, the more the balloon goes in, and it actually, we'll try getting it after, it like almost gets stuck, so that's pretty cool. Okay, another experiment that the girls were interested to wonder was, can you get a balloon blown up by baking soda and vinegar? And so what I did was I took about a third of a cup or half of a cup of just white vinegar. Now, I didn't have a water bottle at home, but conveniently I had a beaker, so that works. So now what you have to do to get the baking soda into the balloon, there's numerous ways you can do it, but I would just I did about 2 tablespoons of baking soda. It's kind of foolproof. I've done this experiment numerous times. It's also really great for making volcanoes with the kids. So you just want to get it in, just give it a few good taps to get the baking soda in. But really, it's not as if it's a set amount that you need to make this work. It's just the chemical reaction that happens between the baking soda and the vinegar, which ultimately creates carbon dioxide. Okay, so all you're gonna do then, now another little trick so everything doesn't happen so quickly, to buy yourself a little more time, is to just twist the balloon a bit, then give it a good stretch, put it over top of your water bottle, beaker, whatever you use. Then as it kind of untwists, you can see it's gonna blow up the balloon. Now you might just want to keep a close eye on it. You don't want it to explode. Might want to be near a sink. So you can see that's pretty cool. So just be prepared though, because as soon as you mix the two, a chemical reaction will happen. So we've tried it a few different ways. You don't want to put the baking soda right into the vinegar, because then it'll happen and you won't have the chance to get the balloon on. So, yep. So the girls thought that was pretty cool, kind of magical. Well, as you can see, our balloon, and it's stuck in there. I could probably lift up the jar with it in there right now. So that's kind of cool. We did it earlier, and yeah, it just continues to shrivel up and just kind of get sucked in there more. So, okay, what else? Okay, balloon squishies. Now, there's a few different variations to these. We did make one earlier that we no longer have. We ended up popping, or we broke it. We just put a smiley face on it or whatever. But they're just kind of really cool little squishy toys that if you wanted to, you could add faces. You could put a whole bunch of holes, or cut a bunch of holes into the balloon and put a secondary balloon on top. I'll show you what I mean. So you just want to cut the end off and then open it really nice and wide and put the little nub where you tie at the very end. And then you'll have it like that, and then you can kind of, so the girls really liked that. I also saw online when I was looking at these that you can cut numerous holes in there. So if I wanted to, I could try just cutting like a Y shape. And then it kind of creates, I'm not going to do it as all over, I'm just going to do a quick demonstration just to show you. Okay, so that hole was a little too big that I cut, so beware. But you can make it so there's, you know, different holes on it. Okay, so for this, all you're gonna do is take a balloon. So in this case, I have this one, and you're gonna wanna put flour in it. Now, I experimented with a few different ways with how to get to the flour into the balloon, and we realized that the balloon has to be blown up to get the flour in. So originally, I just tried taking the funnel and dumping the balloon in, or dumping the flour in, and it really didn't fill up very much at all. So we kind of realized the trick is to have it blown up first. And again, I don't have any disposable or plastic water bottles here, so I'm just going to use one of these powder shaker things, and then to get the flour into it, because it's a bigger hole than the funnel. So all I'm going to do is just blow this up a little bit. Now, I hope this goes smoothly, because it really didn't the first time. So we'll just try again. On to it. Okay, so we're going to try that. Again, try to get a nice big opening. So you're going to put it on. Yeah, this is going to trial and error. Oh, that was an error. Not a... Okay. So what I'm going to do is twist it this time, just to buy me a little more time so it doesn't open and let out all the air. And I'm going to put it over the spout. Oh, it just broke. Good thing I have a ginormous bag of them. Okay. So now we're going for metallic pink. Round 2. This is live. Okay, so twist it. Try to buy ourselves a little more time. And I'm going to obviously be more gentle this time. It's probably also because the spout is too big on this. So I'm going to be gentle and quick. Okay. So now we almost got it on. Okay, so what I'm going to do now, and again, if you have a water bottle, use a water bottle, but just give it a few good shakes. So this is just one of those protein shaker bottles, and you can see it in. I also did see variations online where they added liquid to the balloons, so that could change the texture. I also saw you can add other squishy materials. You can add rice. So if you're interested in making some of these fun little stress type balls, look online just to see what kind of ideas you can get. Okay, so now you're going to just let all the air out, but you don't want to ingest all that flour. So just kind of, excuse me. Okay, so now you're just going to let all as much air out as you can. Because if there's air left in it, it doesn't work as well. It's not as like malleable for you to be able to squish. Okay. There we go. Maybe get a little more air out, a little bit of flour on my counter. Okay. And then you can just shut it. Now you can see I did leave maybe a little more air in it than I should have, but I'll give it a quick rinse. It's all just trial and error. We just looked up fun balloon activities and like experiments, scientific experiments this morning, and this is kind of what we found. So now it's like that. If you want to put that other sleeve on top, like I did with this one, you can. If you want to add smiley faces on it, you can. But they're just like, the girls really liked just playing with them. You can add smiley faces onto them. I even saw variations where you could add like yarn for hair, and then they look like they're little trolls. But anyways, in the name of balloons and fun, the girls liked these squishies. So try it out. Okay, now the last thing that I have planned that we did today is, have you ever seen those lanterns that look really pretty, kind of look like this? And then they might be hanging from like a deck or something with just those little, almost like Christmas lights in them. Well, they're really pretty. And we've actually made these one other time. So this one I didn't make far enough in advance because I only changed topics as of this morning. So this is not quite dry enough for you to really see the effect of what I've done. But all you're going to do is take a balloon. So I'll just quickly show you this. So this in about 24 hours will be able to pop the balloon, and then all the yarn will be hardened in place from the glue, which I will demonstrate, and then it maintains its form. So you can do this at Easter time to look like little Easter eggs, and you can make a string of the Easter eggs in different colors, or you can even stick inside the balloon, you can stick some treats in, something big enough that it won't come through the holes. And then when you pop the balloon, when everything is dry, then you take the balloon out, but the treat is still left in there. So then that's kind of cool too. So many different variations, but all you're going to do is take a balloon, and you are going to keep it you're going to not blow the balloon very up. You're not going to blow the balloon up very much, just kind of keep it tiny. And then what you're going to do is take Mod Podge, which is the same stuff that we are using to coat our rocks that we're putting around, our kindness rocks, I guess. And just take a paintbrush and liberally kind of like paint all over the balloon just to cover it. And whatever shape you want, but if you want them all to be consistent, just make sure you blow your balloon up the same amount. Okay, then you're going to take yarn. Now, by now you know that we love rainbows at our house, rainbow colors. So we're going to be doing rainbow colors. So we're going to be doing a few of these. And then all you're going to do, I've already attached this yarn to the balloon. You're going to want to do that before you podge it, or else your hands will be all podgy. And then you're just going to randomly place the string all over the balloon. Now, the girls, they're easily able to do this. It's just kind of fun. Your hands will get messy, but that's kind of part of the fun of it. There's no rhyme or reason for how you do it, just around and around and around. And as you go, you can add a little more podge. The more the merrier. You're going to want to be really liberal with it for it to really stick and harden properly. So I can just go like this. I love Mod Podge. This is also the same stuff you use if you ever want to make a piñata. Okay. So you can just put it around, and you can just keep going and going and going, but as you can see, there's no rhyme or reason to it. So you can just keep going with that, with whatever color you want, then put it to dry, and you'll have a few different ones like this, and they'll look really pretty. We'll get the balloon out after, and we might insert little tea lights, and we can just hang up and have little hanging string ball things. Cute little things. Okay, anyways, So today's video was a little rougher than I think some of the other ones because I was doing some very realistic things as were like just to demonstrate to you. So fast forward to the parts you want to look at. You can see our balloon is more stuck in there. It's you can lift that up. But one thing I should mention is the importance of keeping balloons out of your mouth. Even both my girls were, keeping them out of your mouth in terms of trying to bite them. Both of my girls were trying to pop the balloons earlier and they were putting them in their mouth, and that worried me that they could swallow that. So just want to put that out there that just obviously be concerned with little ones and balloons. So just be vigilant about that. So yeah. Oh, and I also finally remembered to wear my love sweatshirt. So hope you all had a great week. Hope you all have a great long weekend. And be sure to do something just to spread some love and some kindness to others. Anyways, look forward to seeing some pictures of what you guys come up with and chatting with you again next week. Talk to you later, guys. Have a great weekend. Bye.